Today I'm gonna be covering tutorial 1 of uh, Spring annotations. Alright, let's begin. So um, so here I have Spring annotations applications, just demonstrating how annotations work in the Spring framework. So as you can see here, I have the project structure. Um, so I have Java guides.spring annotations, which is the main package. Within it, I have the Peter controller as well as, so this is the Peter controller um, component class, as well as the Spring annotations application class, which is the main method that I run to run my application. So how this app works is it's just demonstrating how Spring annotations works. So as you can see, like I mentioned, this project structure, this Spring Boot application annotation that I've placed there, it's basically gonna scan all of it's gonna scan everything within the Spring annotations package, essentially. So yeah, so all this application is doing is demonstrating how Spring Boot automatically detects and manages components using annotations such as Spring Boot application and component annotation here as well. Cool. So firstly, I have this Peter controller component. So this is marked with this specific annotation named add component. Firstly, I've imported it here. So what does it do? So this just marks this class as a Spring managed component. So as a Spring managed component, that's what it's doing. Initially, what it does is it automatically creates an object for this specific class. But of course, you can't see that object because I didn't manually create it. This annotation allows an automatic creation of the object for this Peter controller class. So that's what that does. So it creates that object automatically, and it has just a simple method here, get Peter, which returns this string hot pizza. So that's all this class does, including this specific annotation. Then moving on to the main application over here. This is the Spring annotations application clause. So when the application basically starts, right, Spring creates the application context, and that holds all the components. So one of the components is obviously going to hold is this Peter controller. So it then asks Spring to give the Peter controller object and prints its result. It prints its result by accessing Peter controller, get Peter method being called, which is this method, and it prints then it prints hot pizza. So here you can see imported Spring application, and we can see that Spring application add Spring application is an annotation. So this is gonna tell Spring Boot to start the app and scan for the components. It scans, like I mentioned when I started the video, it scans everything within the Spring annotations package. That's what this annotation does. And then it's the main method. Within it we have our variable context. So this is basically gonna start the Spring application and get the application context. How it does that is it says Spring application. It uses Spring application dot run to run what? The Spring applications class. And this line of code is just gonna ask Spring to give the Spring controller object, because remember initially this is basically asking for the component over here. So how it does that is it says get bean and within parenthesis Peter controller.class. Then here we're just gonna print out Peter controller using this reference variable for this object. We're gonna print out the result from this method that we call get Peter, which comes from here. and then it prints out pizza. So when I run the application, you'll see that it prints out pizza. Let's see. And you can see the final results over there. Cool. That's basically tutorial 1, demonstrating how annotations work with Spring.